Hey guys, today I'm gonna talk with you about how I prepare my yard for the winter and the garden. It's getting late September, end of September. We can get snow in October already, so since most of the stuff is done by now, means the raspberries are done, most of the garden plants are about to be done. Uh, it's right a time to get that stuff ready for the end of the season. Just to let you know, it's not that I did that all in one day. It's a collection of videos footage I made over a couple of days. Just a collection of how I prepare my yard for the winter. Maybe give you some ideas for yourself. So let's get it going. Since I had to fill the fountain back up anyhow, I decided to just get it done for the season. So we did pull the plug, put it somewhere, I find it again in spring. I get that back in there. I did rinse it out a little bit so it's not have too much algae and stuff in. I do have to do that again in spring before I fill it up, but I just didn't want to have it all too nasty. So that's basically all I do. I unplug it, I empty it, pull the plug so it drains, clean it out a little bit, and that's done. This way it is not going to, the water not going to freeze in the winter. It's not destroying the fountain, it's not destroying the pump. And in spring we're gonna fill it up again and use it. A bunch of you might remember a couple of weeks ago when I gave my hostas the summer cut. Well, now they're about to die off and we have a look on them. They're really not looking good anymore. Season is about to be over for them anyhow. They will come back next year. So what we are doing is cutting them completely down. Don't be worried to give them a good cut. I really literally cut them all the way down for over the winter. I'll keep doing that. Get all that brown stuff out, cut them all back, cut them all out. And I'll show you the sad result of the empty hostas bed. Maybe I should have got me a bigger bucket. Oh well. The hostas are cut back. I know it's not gonna look pretty, but it's part of winter, the end of the garden season, to cut some back. Now it's cut back, it's the perfect time to do things you want to improve, like when you like the stones around the bed, or however you want to improve your bed. Now is a good time for it because the hostas are not going to be in your way. And the end of the garden season just means the start of another season. Once we are done with the garden and the yard, there are going to be a lot of videos of hunting, fishing, a lot of crafting coming up. We're going to entertain ourselves together, but that's just part of life. Maybe I should have got me a bigger bucket. Oh well. The hostas are cut back. I know it's not gonna look pretty, but it's part of winter, the end of the garden season, to cut some back. Now it's cut back, it's the perfect time to do things you want to improve, like when you like the stones around the bed, or however you want to improve your bed. Now is a good time for it because the hostas are not going to be in your way. And the end of the garden season just means the start of another season. Once we are done with the garden and the yard, there are gonna be a lot of videos of hunting, fishing, a lot of crafting coming up. We're gonna entertain ourselves together, but that's just part of life. Be aware that that is not the full winter preparation. It's just stuff I can do early because the garden is over and some of those things are not producing anymore, so they can already be prepared early. So I'm ahead of time a little bit. Things like cutting back the grasses and covering the strawberries, stuff like that. It's way too early for this. If you like videos like that, please like and subscribe, since I'm making a lot more of gardening videos. Well, season of gardening is about over, but crafting, homesteading, fishing, hunting, there's a lot more to come this year. If you like that kind of thing, please like and subscribe. And now we're gonna do the last two things: cutting back the raspberries and the daylilies. For the raspberries, I got myself some nice gloves because I really don't want to touch that stuff about. With the raspberries, the rule is cut off the wooden pieces, so all the woody ones get just cut off. I only make about 2 of them on camera because it's really hard to cut them and hold the camera in my hands. Just like that, pull them out. And more to come. There's one more, there's a little bit more. There are a couple of more raspberries down there. I cut that stuff back now, and then we got on to the daylilies. So I'll bring you all back when I'm done with the raspberries. As you can see, I did cut them back a little bit. That one's pretty young still. There are also even a couple new ones coming up. We originally had, I think, 3 in here, and they multiplied themselves, which is pretty cool. I'll take you guys to the front there. Now, I do cut the daylilies back right now, mainly because they're falling all over the walkway. Don't need no gloves no more. So it's about time to get rid of them too. And actually what I do with them is pretty much the same like I did with the hostas. Taking out the hand. Go in here, cut them all the way down, pull them out, and I'll show you how it looks like when I'm done. Alright, just a couple minutes later, I have the empty bed on one side and the lilies on the other side. Looks a bit sad, but they're gonna die all the way back to the ground anyhow. So, the latest then you have to cut them back anyhow. Reminds me a little bit on the hostas from the beginning of the video. But it's late fall and it is how it is. I do leave that grass on for now. That's gonna be later in the winter. Same with the strawberries in the back. It's too early to cut them back. I think that's gonna be the end of today's video. I thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button if you like this kind of videos. I try to keep at least once a week a video up, and I really try now to put a couple more shorts out per week than I did before, and hope I can bring much more value to you. Now the garden season's over, I gonna put my almost over. I still have a little bit of work to do. The potatoes still need to come out, and the garden needs to be tilled and things like that. But raspberries covered later in the season, but more or less the garden season is over now. So I'm gonna focus more on DIY, on crafting, on woodwork, fishing, hunting. There's gonna be holiday crafting and baking. Thanksgiving coming up. I definitely gonna make a video about Thanksgiving's menu too. There is winter preparation in the yard. There is some more emergency preparedness coming up, especially for winter preparation. They tell us we're gonna get a really tough winter, so we try to prepare there. Medicinal plants in general. I plan on making some kombucha, my frost quilt. I do a lot of knitting and stitching in the winter as well. Decoration, there's some home improvement coming up. There's a lot of different values that are coming up. I try to take you guys along and hope we can learn that stuff together and grow together. And if you like it, stay tuned. The next video is gonna come soon. Until then, thank you for watching. Stay curious and let's prepared and sustainable together.